What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I have for you guys an in-depth comparison between the Trident Horizon and the Jackal Ghost. Now this is a comparison that I really want to make because the Horizon produces quite a bit of shape for an asymmetrical ball, and so does the Jackal Ghost. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure to join my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. I'm going to take you guys on the lanes now so you can see this in-depth comparison between the Jackal Ghost and the Trident Horizon. So this is going to be my first shot here comparing the Horizon to the Jackal Ghost. Now this is a comparison that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, just because this legacy really wants to get down lane and creates quite a bit of shape for an asymmetrical ball, but for the longest time, the Jackal Ghost has been that ball for me, where I need to get left, really gets down lane, handles the oil, and creates that shape. Even though the cores are completely different, being the Predator in the Ghost and the Sidewinder in the Horizon. So this is a very high RG, medium high differential, where the Ghost is a high differential, low RG. So this first shot here, kind of like a feel shot, and then we'll go to the Ghost. So I actually got that one right a little bit, but because of the strength of the cover, it really wanted to read early and actually made that turn. So on this next shot, I'm gonna make sure that I don't miss as far to the right with the Horizon. So coming off that last shot with the Horizon where I pretty much weak-10'd, that's gonna be the big difference that I think I'm gonna see between the Horizon and the Ghost, where the Ghost is actually gonna come around the corner a little bit harder. What I'm seeing so far in throwing this Horizon over the last couple weeks is that the cover on the Horizon, the MXC Hybrid, is stronger than the Coercion Solid that's on the Ghost. So on this next shot, I really wanna stay aggressive, but not get the ball going to the right as much. Let's see what we can do here. So that was a much better shot off the last one, but this time I wrapped the 10. So what I'm seeing is that the Horizon isn't really loving playing this far left. So I'm actually gonna try to move everything a little bit further right to see if I can kick out that 10 pin. So the one thing I will say is that these lanes are hooking quite a bit, and I am throwing a pretty strong cover dominant ball on these really high friction lane surfaces. They don't usually hook this much in here, and that's no excuse. I'm still here to try to show you guys a really good comparison. So on this next shot, I'm actually gonna move right, see if I can get the ball to hook same early like it's doing right now, but save a little bit of energy to go through the pins. So this is gonna be like 5 right, and really try to get the ball to not roll out. So I just 10-pin 3 straight shots from 3 different parts of the lane with the Horizon. And it's funny because I really like this Horizon. I've been throwing it a lot lately. Just right now, there's so much friction on the lanes, it's hard to get it to go through the pins the right way. I'm gonna turn it over to the Ghost, and I'm really thinking that the Ghost is gonna look a lot better right now, just because it has a weaker cover with less surface on it. So this is gonna be my first shot here with the Ghost. Now, I predict that this ball is gonna be a little bit longer, create a little bit more shape than the Horizon, just because it is a weaker cover and it has less surface. Now, even though the core is stronger, the core doesn't touch the lane. It's the cover that touches the lane, obviously. So I think that's gonna be the big difference between these 2 bowling balls. And so far in the last couple of weeks I've thrown the Horizon, I like my Horizon from a little bit straighter just because of how strong that cover is. So I definitely missed left on that shot. My execution was pretty lackluster, but as you can see, it got through the front part of the lane, and even though I missed left, it never really hooked a ton, where the Horizon did hook from there. So this next shot, I'm gonna stay in the same spot, just really make sure I project it to the right a little bit. Now, the one thing I will say about this Jackal Ghost is this is one of the 3 bowling balls that I take with me every single tournament I bowl in. It's the Jackal Ghost, the Venom Shock, and the Desert Tank. And this has been that ball for me since I first drilled one. And this one's a little older, it's like 3 or 4 years old, and it still gets the job done. So in this shot, I really wanna make sure I get it going a little bit more to the right to show you guys a nice little shape. Yeah, so that's the difference right there between the Ghost and the Horizon. I got the ball right, and the Horizon would not roll out from there, but it rolled out from there. The Ghost got there and went dead left and went right through the nose. So I'm actually gonna move left off that shot and hopefully kick out the 610. So this is gonna be my last shot here with the Ghost before I get into the versatility test that I've been doing the last couple videos. I'm actually gonna move left and see if I can get it to still shape from here. These lanes today have been hard. A lot of oil in the middle, a lot of hook to the right. Yeah, really, really good shot. I did 4-pin, but all in all, that was a really, really good shot. So now we're gonna go to the versatility test from the 3 different zones. Now this should be interesting because these lanes are really, really funky. So let me know in the comments which one of these 2 bowling balls you think is gonna win this versatility test. So this is gonna be shot 1 for the versatility test. Now, for those of you who don't know about this versatility test that I've been doing, I'm throwing 3 shots from 3 different zones. Zones 1s, I usually stand around 19, get it going nice and up the lane. Zone 2 is about 27, 28, creating a little bit more shape. Zone 3, I put my left leg all the way against the ball return and really create an even larger shape. It's gonna be interesting. I've struck once out of 6 shots, and that's telling me that the lanes right now do not like these bigger asymmetrical balls. I really should be throwing something like a Venom Shock and a Desert Tank, something like that, but we'll see. So I'm gonna start here at 19 and get this ball going up the lane and see if I can get this to strike. Yeah, it did exactly what I thought it was gonna do. The cover on that ball is so strong and there's so much friction that it hooked way too much. So now we're gonna go to zone 2, which is kind of where I was at the beginning of this video, and see if I can get the ball to go through the pins and hopefully throw some strikes. So this is gonna be shot 2 of the versatility test. I'm gonna stand in that 28, 29 range. And really, I'm gonna try to keep it in the oil a little bit longer because when I get it right, it seems to roll out. And I gotta find a way to throw some strikes on this house shot. And I do this because they're so freaking hard right now. All right. One time for the one time. Yeah, that was a really, really good shot. I kept it in the oil a little bit longer. It got down lane because of that extra oil in the middle part of the lane. Split the 8-9 pretty beautifully. So now we're gonna go to zone 3 and see if I can slow hook it enough to go through the pins. So zone 1 with the Horizon didn't look all that great. The ball stood up immediately and that's because of the cover. Zone 2 looked really, really good because I kept it in the oil and it went through the pins pretty beautifully, I would say. Now we're gonna go to zone 3 where I'm gonna be all the way left and the goal is gonna be the same. Keep it in the oil and not leak it to the right. Traditionally, this is the weakest part of my game. I don't really love playing this far to the left, but for the challenge, we got to do what we got to do one time. Yeah, that looked really good. Kept it in the oil, but I will say that even from that far left, the cover absolutely dominated that ball down lane. It was a very weak 10-pin. So now we're gonna go, or weak 10 that actually got kicked out. Now we're gonna go to the Ghost and see which one is gonna be the more versatile one. So this is gonna be shot 1 for the versatility test with the Jackal Ghost. The Horizon, like I said before, didn't look all that great from zone 1. I imagine that because the cover on this one is a little weaker, it's gonna look a little bit better. But with the amount of friction on the lanes, I can't imagine that either one is gonna look all that great. Considering I left a big split with the Horizon, this one should be a lot easier to look better. And I'm standing at the same spot, 19. Oh my God. I did not think it was gonna look that good. So it's no question about it in my mind that from zone 1, the Ghost looked leaps and bounds better. The Horizon looked really good from zone 2 though. So that one's gonna be a bit of a toss-up. So we're gonna go to zone 2 now with the Ghost. So zone 1, 100% went to the Ghost, no question about it. Zone 2, like I said before, it's gonna be really tough because the Horizon looked really good from here. But the goal is still the same. Don't miss too much to the right. Now, if I'm gonna miss right with one of these balls, it has to be with the Ghost because this one has the potential to come around the corner where the Horizon tends to roll out. Here, one time here with the Ghost. Yeah, that was, I think that was the same spot down lane as the Horizon, and the Horizon kind of just labored there and went through the pins really good. This Ghost has no quit on it down lane, which is why I left this pretty humongous split. So zone 2, hands down, goes to the Horizon. Now we're gonna throw the final shot of the video with the Jackal Ghost from zone 3. So this is gonna be the final shot of the video with the Jackal Ghost. Zone 1 went to the Ghost. Zone 2 went to the Horizon. So this is gonna be the deciding factor here. Like I said, this ain't my favorite part of the lane to play, but I gotta give you guys something to look at since some of you guys like to really curve it. With this ball, I do feel a little bit more confidence that if I miss right, it'll recover. The Horizon was no recovery from here. Yeah, that looked really, really good. I got the ball going a little bit more right than the Horizon, and it really read the pattern and hooked a ton. Almost left the 7-pin, but I'm not at Samsung. At Samsung, that 7-pin's 100%. But because we're at South Point, it did kick it out. So I really think that zone 3 has to go to the Ghost, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments which one of these two bowling balls was the more versatile one. Now, I do gotta apologize because I did not throw nearly enough strikes like I normally do. So until next time, guys.
All right, let's be honest. Lewis isn't the best at playing left. Let's get a guy that actually knows how to play the left part of the lane. We're gonna throw the Ghost, shape the lane, see what it looks like. They're super high friction right now, so let's see what it looks like. You know, I don't know, we'll probably hit like 25 or so, see how far left we can get.